This is the newest aquarium stand by Landon, at least at the time of filming. It's the Aquanex aquarium stand, 3-tier metal aquarium stand by Landon. Comes in a 45 by 45 by 80 height or a 45 by 60 by 80 height. So it accommodates 20-gallon aquariums like this size here, or a little bit larger if you step your game up and get the bigger one. So with a starting price of $130, a contemporary look in the black and gray, it should fit just about any space. But even though you've seen this, I haven't. So I'm going to go ahead and get it assembled and, well, you'll see how that goes here coming up. Now this box here weighs 40 pounds and the next thing I got to do is cut it open and see what's inside. You already know what's inside because the intro clip you just saw was actually recorded after this clip. It's a YouTube thing anyway. I haven't opened it yet, so for me, I get to see what's inside. Let's get it cut open. Well, it appears to be packed pretty well, so that's good. You got the high density foam here, and then all the individual pieces here. So these are the gray wood shelves, I'm assuming, in the middle here. Metal legs or feet or brackets or braces or whatever you want to call them. All right, more gray cabinetry stuff, foam. You get the idea. I'm going to get it all unpacked here. Here's the main top, I think. Top and bottom, or the sides. I don't know. You've already seen it. I'm going to figure it out. All right, so you got your instruction sheet here. One side is the CLX 45. I think that's the one I have. It's 45 by 45 centimeters. And the other side is the CLX 60. Other than that, you got your basic, what I call IKEA hardware. And that's just these little screw, I don't know what you call them, twist locks, something like that. You got some feet. We've got some, I don't know, anchor bolts of some sort here. Regular black screws, and the trusty old Allen wrench / Phillips head screwdriver. All right, so I got my two side panels here, and one thing to note is the Landon logo. It's only on one of the side panels, so that could be a positive or a negative, how you look at it. I guess it appears that it's going to be universal from front to back or back to front. So if you want the logo visible on one edge, I guess if you put it like in a corner, you could turn it that way. If you want the logo hidden and you want kind of a sleeker look, then you could turn it around. If you're really stuck in a scenario where you don't want the logo for some reason, I don't know why you wouldn't, but it is just a sticker as Landon typically does. You could peel it off if that's your preference. All right, there is something worthy of noting. In the instructions here, you have one bar. These are all the same length, but one bar has a hole in the middle of it, and that's labeled 6. It looks like a 9. It's a 6. The rest of them are 5s. You also have panels labeled 2 and then one labeled 1 with a hole in the middle. So I hate to admit it, but it did take me 5 minutes to figure out what step 1 was on the instructions. So if you get this, just be mindful, center hole. All right, I didn't think I'd actually be doing an assembly instructional video here, but it is worthy of noting because I know sometimes this, what I call IKEA assembly stuff, can be a little difficult to comprehend because it's just pictures and you got to kind of figure it out. So we got our bar mounted here on the panel. Then you have these little doodads, these little guys here, and they're threaded on one end. So you take one of these number 5s and you have to screw that in to this side here, like so. All right, put 2 of those in there. Then these are kind of like cam lock screws is what they are. If you look down here, there's 2 holes on this side. Except if you go to line it up, it's not lined up. So don't freak out. Come to the other side and they slide in here, which is going to poke through that little hole right there. Then you take one of these cam lock doodads and then you'll put that in there and lock the rails together. What we do with the rail part after that, I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I thought it was worthy of noting for you. Besides, to get optimum ad revenue, your video has to be over 8 minutes on YouTube, so I got to find something to talk about. All right, so we got our 3 panels all done here. Number 1 is, of course, the one with the bar in the middle. We got our other ones here. The next part of the instruction is to take the non-branded panel, put this in here where you can see it in the frame. Now, panel 1 has to go at the top because this has got the supporting bar, which is going to have some extra screws in the end, and that makes sense because the top panel is the one that's holding the aquarium and the weight of the water. So that panel is going to go up top, like so. All right, so once you get those things in there, All you do then is take your top panel, and your top panel goes on here, and then we'll be back to see if there's any other additional steps like feet and things of that nature. All right, so we've got the two shelves in the top installed with the cam locks there. You can see it's still a little wiggly here. Maybe you can't see that on camera. Anyway, there is some flex. They do have these bolts right here. Now these bolts here, they're going to screw right into the rail and kind of give the shelf more stability because it is metal frame to metal frame. If you're fortunate enough to have a handy like power screwdriver with all of the little tips, I have an Allen wrench tip, so I can make it a little bit quicker. All right, so we've got all these screws to put in kind of all around the sides here and get this secured up. Again, I'm just going to flip it over, do all this step here. We'll be back and take a look at it after that. All right, now that we got the screws in all of the metal rails, yes, it's pretty darn sturdy, I'll give you that. It's not flexing at all. Last step is you've got little feet here, leveling feet that just screw into the bottom. I'm on carpet, as you can see, so I'm not going to put the little leveling feet on there. This would be good if you have hardwood floors or something. Need to make sure that the cabinet sits level. Now, all that's left is a durability test. So this particular model of stand that is 45 by 45 is rated for 20-gallon cube aquariums maximum. Water weighs 8.34 pounds per gallon, which would give us a total weight rating with just the water, not the aquarium glass itself, but the water itself would weigh 166 pounds, 0.8, right? What that is in kilograms, I don't know. You guys across the pond will have to do the conversion there. So I weigh 183 pounds, full disclosure. So it should be able to hold me because that would be the weight of the glass, the weight of the water. We're going to put rocks and stuff in there, all that stuff. So we need to know, will this hold that amount of weight? So we'll go ahead and we'll just hop on up here, right in the middle. It's holding 183 pounds. Now there's a little cushion, maybe take some pressure off the stand, but with a foam mat, I think you're going to be good to go for whatever cube aquarium you can get to fit on here. It doesn't feel too wobbly like it's going to fall over or anything. Obviously, I'm on carpet, so I'm going to have a little bit of give. Keep that in mind when you're looking at this weird example of durability. I guess it's strength is what we're testing, not durability. Durability would be longevity. Anyway, what are we going to put on this cute little stand right here? Well, let's show you. I'm thinking that this stand here would be perfect for the UNS Tall Aquarium, also known as the Subscriber Aquarium. So this is what we're going to use this stand for here. Perfect place for your subscriber-built aquariums. We might even go with a bigger cube later on down the road, but for now, I think it looks pretty good. All right, so there we go. We've got the aquarium stand set in its place. I am going to keep it kind of off-center because I need to walk through this area, so it is going to be off-center from the wall back here. We might adjust it or move it a little bit, but this little cubby hole is going to be a great place for my fish food. I've been looking for a spot to kind of store all the fish food. That's going to be a good spot there. Of course, this bottom area here would be where you put your filter or something of that nature. If you're going filterless, I guess you could store some hardscape or something down there. So let me know what you guys think here. Is it too sleek and modern for my space? I don't know. I've got all black framing here. You can't see this is a mess over here, but black framing for the new video that's about to be released. A little sneak peek there. Tell me what you think in the comments. I'm going to give you my final thoughts. Okay, if you guys made it through all of that assembly footage, well, thank you very much. You are a fan of the channel for sure. Now, what are my final thoughts on the LANDEN Aquarium stand? Well, I have one major critique about this stand, and it's the way that it's advertised. It is listed as a 3-tier metal aquarium stand. I thought that these gray panels were going to be metal as well. The shelves, everything. When I hear metal stand, I think it's a metal stand. It's not. The gray parts, all the gray parts is laminated particle board. So not that that's a bad thing, but the only thing metal is the framing. So maybe LANDEN, a name change would be good. Just take the metal off of it or rebrand it as like metal frame aquarium stand or something like that. But it's not all metal, so don't be confused if you're looking at this stand here. The reason I bring this up is not that wood stands are a bad thing. I mean, if you guys have watched the channel, I've built a lot of solid wood stands, and if you get water on them, no big deal, especially if you stain them, you don't have an issue. Well, these wood panels have a finish on them as well, but it's not all metal. Maybe it's just me that misinterpreted it, but it's worth mentioning. Assembly. Well, let's be honest. Nobody likes putting together this kind of furniture. The little cam locks and stuff, nobody likes doing that. So for me, assembly, not hard, but tedious. This particular stand is just a little bit too small for a CO2 bottle. So you can see that I just can't get, well, let me zoom in, you can't see. Real YouTube. Okay, if I put this back up there, now maybe you can see with the zoom in, just short enough that I can't get my bubble counters in there. Now I could rotate the thing like so, and then you could get a CO2 bottle in that way. Let me zoom back out. So technically you could, or if you weren't using bubble counters on a big old CO2 system like this, or if you had a smaller bottle, you could. But this is a standard 5-pound bottle. It doesn't fit underneath the cabinet, so it'll have to go on the side if you want to use something of this nature. As far as size for filtration, it should be pretty good. I mean, you're only going to put up to a 20-gallon aquarium on here. I'm looking right at a Fluval 307 right there, and a Fluval 307 would definitely fit underneath here. So whatever filtration we do I have here? I got something handy for you. Here's a little 107, so you can kind of see if that's a 107, a 307, or maybe even a 407 would fit. I don't know about Awaze filters. I've never had one, so I know they're popular overseas, Awaze. Whatever, I think your filtration needs to be okay. Looks, well, I think it looks pretty good. It has kind of a sleek, modern look. You know, the branding is on the side here to keep it kind of sleek and minimal. Gray and black colorway goes pretty good with about any decor, I would say. It would be nice maybe if they offered it in other colors. To my knowledge, because it's brand new, gray is the only color you can get it in. Maybe they'll change that in the future, go all black or even a wood look if you like that option there. But as far as looks go, I think it looks pretty good. I think it would look perfect with a bigger cube aquarium on top. So there's not much more I can really say about it, guys. It's an aquarium stand. It looks like it's going to work as an aquarium stand. If you like the styling and you like the price of it, by the way, this one is $140 for the 45 centimeter, and it's $160 US for the 60 centimeter. So it's going to be a little wider, same height, just a little bit wider, same depth. But if you like it, go buy one. I'll have a link to it, of course, in the description. We always appreciate you using affiliate links as YouTubers. So I guess really that's it. Couple of critiques, just trying to do an honest review for you guys. Hopefully Landon doesn't mind too much. I appreciate your support. Landon, thank you for your support for sending this out to me for review. And well, I guess I'll see you guys when we fill the aquarium up and make it look stunning.